you expect that there will be anyone of note who actually goes down such that it's satisfactory to the American public?
Well, I think it all depends on, one, whether Durham can bring additional indictments. For sure, if he could bring a conspiracy indictment, I think that would be major. It would be big. And then you also have to make sure that he can bring it somewhere outside of Washington, D.C. I mean, I think that's one of his biggest problems that he has. I mean, this Sussman was almost a test. Granted, look, he was a small fish in a big pond, but clearly directly tied to the Clintons. It was one narrow sliver in terms of lying to the FBI. But you take what happened to Sussman, I guarantee you, if it was a Republican, he'd be almost immediately indicted. And the jury foreman, a forewoman, she came out and clearly stated something crazy like, well, why would they be focusing on this? Well, in fact, DC has focused on this, and the dirty cops at DOJ and FBI actually set up a 3-star general named General Flynn, who, through all the Russia hoax and all the crap that we've dealt with over the years, the one thing we knew for sure all the time, the one thing that was definitely illegal was leaking of transcripts that somehow escaped from the IC that involved General Flynn, that actually ended up being not even true, most of those transcripts, and they were lied about. And also the withholding of exculpatory evidence that we actually had in the United States Congress that the dirty cops at DOJ and FBI and the whole Mueller team didn't even want at the time. And why did I just tell you that whole story? It's because General Flynn was basically he had to plead guilty, was forced to plead guilty for lying to the FBI when clearly the dirty cops, they all knew that he didn't lie. But he knew that if he went before a DC court, the guy was going to get completely strung up. So I think the lesson here is that if you are a Republican and you get indicted almost anywhere in the country for lying to the FBI, you're probably going to serve time. You're going to be convicted probably easily. If you're a Democrat, you're going to skate. And that's what Sussman rolled the dice on. Durham, I think, probably had to do it, had to bring it. And, I actually, despite what people think, I kind of think this was all a positive story because Durham was able to expose so much out there that we didn't even know, even those of us who were closely involved in this investigation.